Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer and today we're going to be doing a little storytelling because I am having quite the nostalgic day where things, past memories keep popping into my head. So I figured I would just sit down and make a video and talk about it and just try to get it out of my brain so I can, just move on with my day. So the story I want to tell you takes place in the year 2000, or maybe it was 2001. I was almost 14 years old, and I was dating this guy. His name was Brandon. I'm sure he'll never see this, and he's a piece of shit now anyway, because he actually, this is weird, because he ended up having children with my cousin. And they're both pieces of shit, so I have no problem talking about them because neither of them have their lives together and they're following the same paths as their parents and my parents, which is like the drug addiction path, and not taking care of their children. So I have no respect for people like that. So anyway, I was dating him. I was about 13 years old, almost 14, and there was this chick in town. Now, mind you, I lived in Anchorage, Alaska at the time. I lived in the ghetto part of town. It was horrible. There was lots of gang violence. There was lots of drugs, lots of drug-addicted people. I knew what crack was at the age of 9, so that can tell you a little bit about how bad it was. But, so we lived in this part of town, and everyone knew everybody. So I was dating this dude, Brandon, and we all went to this place called Clark Middle School, and there was this chick in town named Alyssa, and me and her, we actually looked kind of similar. The way we dressed, the way we had our hair, the way we looked, our features, we looked similar. So I break up with my boyfriend, and she automatically gets with him, and she had been trying to get with him for a while, and she didn't like me because I was with him. And so me and my friend Laura, we are sitting in my stepdad's apartment, or his house. It was like a loft house. Like upstairs was the living room and bedroom area, and downstairs was the kitchen and bathroom, and it was like in a little someone's garage almost. It was a cute little place. But we're sitting out there, we're sitting in the house, and we're stoned out of our minds. So, and Laura, mind you, she can't fight for anything. I would fight everybody for her. So I was that bitch. I was always ready to just throw down with anybody. I didn't give a shit. And so this girl, she comes to my house with about 15 people and a camcorder. One of them old ass, hold in your hand camcorder. Didn't even have a flip out screen or nothing. It was just a camcorder. Maybe it had a flip out screen. I don't know. But it was old as fuck. Where you had to put the little tape in. Okay? So she's coming to my house with the intention to jump me. To jump me. And get it on camera and make fun of me for the rest of eternity. So I'm like, oh, hell no. Laura, you have to help me. And of course, she's so goddamn stoned out of her mind that she can't do anything. All she could do is just make jokes and laugh. And just, be useless in this situation. So I'm wearing a hoodie. At the time I dressed like a dude. I wore the cargo pants that zipped off. I don't know if y'all were around then, but if you were, you know what I'm talking about. They're everybody wore them. They zipped off into capris. And I was wearing a hoodie. And it was a really, really big hoodie. So I had so much room. And I was fairly skinny back then. So I was looking for shit to put in my pocket to hit her with, to defend myself, because I'm not getting jumped for one. They can go to hell for all I care, but they're not going to jump me. I'm not going to let them humiliate me like that. I just wasn't about that. I was ready to just go. So I'm sitting there in my stepdad's house, and he's got, of course he's an alcoholic, so he's got all these liquor bottles. So I'm trying to stuff a liquor bottle in my shirt, and I'm like, no, it's not going to work. She'll see it. So I find this chain, okay? This chain was about this long, but it was about this thick. The links were. I mean, they were thick as fuck. And at the end of the chain, there was a lock. So that fit perfectly in my pocket. So me and Laura, we strut our way down to the middle of the road because that's where they're standing. They won't come on the property because there's pit bulls in the yard and they're scared of them. So we go down into the road and I'm like, what do you want, bitch? And, she starts screaming at me, calling me all kinds of names. And I'm sitting there thinking in my head, I'm going to fuck this girl up hardcore in about 10 minutes or less. So I'll let her get a few hits in on me just to make it even. So she's sitting there screaming at me. I've got my hands in my pockets ready to fucking throw this chain at her. And I said, are you going to just talk shit or are you going to fucking hit me? So she comes up at me, wham, 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 wham. I get about 5-6 hits right to the fucking face. This bitch rocked my shit just for a minute. So I was like, okay, I caught myself. And I pull out this chain as I turn. And I go, whoo! And I smacked that bitch right upside the fucking head. And she fell to the ground. And I swear to God, the look on this girl's face when she turned back to look at me, was with pure horror. Like, she could not believe that somebody would hit somebody else with something so horrible. But I wasn't about to get jumped. That was not on my radar. I was like, hell no, this bitch is not jumping me. So I hit her once. I just give her a big whack to the dome, just one good time. And I say, get the fuck off out of my property. Get the fuck out of here. Don't fuck with me. I don't give a fuck who you're with. I don't care. You go suck Brandon off. I don't give a shit. I don't need any of this bullshit in my life. I drop the chain. I walk inside. I said, come on, Laura, let's go. She's stoned out of her mind still. We're both still kind of high. Of course, this was like a buzzkill for me. So I go inside. And about 5 minutes later, I hear, come out of here, bitch, or we're going to fuck you up, blah, blah, blah. There was about 4 girls in my front yard. So I was like, okay, they're really not getting the message that I don't give a fuck about what they're doing. So I grabbed the biggest knife I could find. I opened the door like this. I said, if y'all don't get the fuck off my property, I'm going to cut y'all to pieces. Of course, I wasn't really going to cut them to pieces. I was just, trying to be as graphic and scary as possible just to get them away from me. Because I wasn't about to get my shit rocked anymore. And so they're like, oh my God, this bitch is crazy. She's got some fucking knife. You're crazy, bitch. And so they go off, they leave the property talking all kinds of shit about me, saying I'm crazy and all that. But guess who never fucked with me again? Guess who never got fucked with again? Me. Nobody fucked with me after that. All it took was one good rock to the dome on this bitch, and that was it. People stopped fucking with me. Of course, years later, I felt bad about it, and so I contacted the girl on Facebook, and I asked her if I had seriously injured her, and if I did, that I was terribly sorry. Because I matured, and I realized that, that was kind of insane of me. I shouldn't have done that. And I should have weighed my options in the situation, or, used critical thinking or something, instead of just grabbing a literal deadly weapon and injuring somebody with it. That wasn't a good choice, and I'm not proud of it. But it is a good story to tell. And they got that all on camera. So, hope you like your videotape, bitches. Anyway, that was the story on a bitch who tried to fight me, tried to jump me, and I rocked her shit with one good whack to the head with a chain. So, Moral of the story is, don't let people fuck with you, no matter what lengths you have to go to. Of course, don't kill anybody, don't maim anybody, don't hurt anybody, seriously. But let them know, don't fuck with me. And if people are fucking with you, stand up to them, because that's what it takes. The first time you stand up to somebody, they will stop fucking with you, I promise. But you have to be strong. Be strong and stand up for yourself. Be loud. Let yourself take up space in the room. It's okay. I love you guys, and I hope you guys are having a good day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.